Hi, I'm Bridget and welcome back to day 9 of 30 days of 10-minute yoga. And we're going to get started today in our toe squat. And I'm going to come a long ways on my mat, but I'm just going to turn around for a moment so that you can see. So I'm going to tuck the toes under. You might need to use your hands to adjust the toes so that you're pressing down into all 10 toes. Then sink the hips down onto the heels. You should feel a really nice stretch through the soles of the feet here. We're going to close down the eyes and take a couple of really nice deep breaths. Getting nice and long through the spine, so drop the shoulders away from the ears. Nice and active through the core. If this starts to feel like a little bit too much on the feet, then you can just untuck the toes at any moment, come out of it, take a break, and then come back into it when you feel ready. So we're going to start to deepen the breath. Taking a nice deep breath in and exhale, letting it go. Taking one more breath here. And then when you're ready, you're going to untuck the toes. You might like to come forward into tabletop for just a moment. Give the feet a little tap on your mat just to bring the blood flow back into the toes. You might like to take a couple of circles with the feet. And then coming back into our squat for just a moment. We're going to make our way into our gate pose. So we're going to lift the hips away from the heels. I'm going to send my left leg out. So we'll send the left leg out to the side first. I've got my toes pointing forward and I've still got those right toes tucked under for support here. I'm going to reach my left fingertips down my left leg and then reach up and over with the right hand. So reaching over to the left side of the room, opening up through the right side body. See if you can flatten out through the chest here. So rather than rounding forward, we're going to try and stay in line with that left leg. Maybe looking up if it feels okay. Staying with the breath. Maybe reaching a little bit deeper into the stretch. Not forcing anything. And then really slowly we'll bring that right arm back down and slide the left hand back up that left leg. We're going to move into our side plank from here. So we're either going to move into our half side plank or our full side plank. So for our half side plank, we're just going to bring the right palm down underneath that right shoulder and then reach the left arm up towards the sky. So you've got that right knee underneath you for support. If you'd like to come into your full plank, then you can bring that right foot to stack in front of the left foot, or you can stack the left foot on top of the right. Reaching up towards the sky with that left hand. See if you can find your balance. We're nice and active through the core here. We're pushing those hips up and away from our mat. Spreading those right fingers really nice and wide so we're protecting the wrist here. And then you might like to try some different variations in your side plank. You might like to try bending that top knee or reaching that top leg up. So just exploring here. And then before we move from our side plank, if you're in your full side plank, we'll try our wild thing pose. So we're just going to step that top leg back behind the bottom. So we've got our left foot stepped behind the right leg. Then I'm going to reach up and over with the left arm, pressing nice and strong into the right arm, maybe straightening through the right leg and pressing the chest open. And then really nice and slowly we'll make our way back into our side plank. Drop that right knee back down and we'll make our way back into our toe squat. So just taking a moment of stillness here before we take it to the other side. Coming back to the breath, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Noticing maybe how you feel on the right side, just compared to the left. Again, not judging anything, just noticing. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way onto the other side. So we'll lift the hips away from the heels. This time we're going to send the right leg out to the side, toes up facing forward. We've still got those left toes tucked under behind us for a little bit of support. On an inhale, we're going to slide the right hand down the right leg and reach up and over with the left hand, opening up through the left side body. Breathing deeply. You might start to feel like the side body is opening up a little bit more as we hold this pose, maybe sliding that right hand down a little bit deeper. And then on an exhale, let's bring the left hand back down. We'll slide the right hand back in. We're going to make our way into our side plank. So either coming to your half side plank, just bring that palm to rest, that left palm to rest underneath the left shoulder. And you can stay here, reaching the right hand up towards the sky. Otherwise, just stack that left foot in front of the right, or change the position of the feet. And we've got the left foot down on the mat and stacking the right on top. From your side plank, you might like to try a couple of those variations. So maybe try bending that top knee, straightening the leg. Couldn't hold that one for very long. My legs have been so shaky. So just having a little bit of playtime here. So finding what variations work for you today. Maybe there's something that you can look forward to, something to work towards. Otherwise, if you are in your full side plank, we're going to make our way to our wild thing. So we're going to step that right foot down behind the left leg and then reach up and over with the right arm, straightening nice and strong through the left arm. And then maybe straightening through the left, pressing that chest open. And then we'll slowly make our way back to our side plank. We'll bring that left knee back down to the mat and then come back to our toe squat. So again, find a moment of stillness here. Breathing deeply. Again, check in with how you feel on the left side compared to the right. You should feel a little warmer on the left side after taking that flow, using that left arm to balance in your side plank. Let the shoulders sink away from the ears with each exhale. Still stretching into the soles of the feet. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way all the way back to lie down. So take your time to get there. We'll keep the knees bent. We'll walk the soles of the feet together and then just let the knees fall apart in our Supta Baddha Konasana. You might like to let one hand rest on the belly, one hand on heart space. Maybe bringing the hands out to either side, or you might like to interlace the hands and just bring the head to rest in them. Again, just finding stillness here in this pose. Sending the breath to anywhere you might be holding tension. Seeing if you can let it melt away. And you can stay here for a little while longer if you would like to. Otherwise, we're going to make our way into our final resting posture, our Shavasana. So we'll send the legs out long, bring the hands to either side, palms facing up, closing down the eyes if you haven't already. Just letting the body become really heavy, melting down into your mat. We'll take a couple of nice deep breaths in stillness here. Just listening to the breath as it passes. And if you'd like to stay in your Shavasana for a little while longer, you can pause the video here. Otherwise, we'll start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rock the head from side to side. Bending into the knees and turning onto one side, slowly making your way back up to seated. Whatever seated position feels most comfortable, and then just closing down the eyes. Letting the hands rest on the knees. Nice and tall through the spine. Let the shoulders drop. And then we'll take our final breath together to close our practice. So inhaling the hands up and overhead, bringing the palms together, and then exhaling the hands down to heart space, bowing through the head. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in you. Namaste.